Hello, person or people who clicked on this video. If you were expecting to see a WWE or TNA full show, when it clearly says highlights and review in the title, please click off the video right now. You have two options also. Either you can watch the video on a live stream, or you can wait 2 to 3 days when somebody is foolish enough to upload it to their channel and get that channel taken off YouTube. I myself, I don't really care much for YouTube, but I want to keep this channel up, so I will not be uploading any material from TNA or WWE. This is strictly wrestling review with comedy, opinion, and a little bit of something else. I don't know what it is, but please, if you do not enjoy wrestling reviews, please click off the video right now. I've given you options. Just leave if you do not enjoy wrestling review commentaries. That is all. Thank you. What's going on, people? It's OJ or Mugen bringing you another Raw review, and it starts off with Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler. And it's your standard match. Ziggler gets all the cheers and stuff. Orton has to hype the crowd up to get them to cheer for him. So Orton, his move set is already gotten stale by now. He allows Ziggler to hit like a drop kick or whatever. And just as Randy Orton, of course, Randy Orton gains the advantage within 2 minutes or so. Randy Orton, he's about to hit Ziggler with an RKO. Del Rio comes out to distract him because they're still feuding for some reason, even though Del Rio has getting his ass kicked by Randy Orton for the majority of maybe 2 months right now. He comes out, tries to distract Orton. Ziggler tries to go for a Fan Master. He gets countered because Ziggler's Fan Master always gets countered. So I don't know why he keeps trying it. Orton counters it into a Kelly roll up. So even if he doesn't hit the RKO, he still wins. Ziggler and Del Rio, they start to beat up on Randy Orton. And guess who comes to save Randy Orton? After years of getting buried by Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston saves. Oh, he saves Randy Orton. Then Teddy Long comes out, and Teddy Long, he's just a walking joke, a walking meme. Arrive, tag match, holla holla, leave. That's basically all the guy does, and that's his job. Like if I want, I'm just so discombobulated right now because how can you be hired to say tag match? Okay, so we get Ziggler and Del Rio versus Orton and Kofi. And majority of the matches, Kofi getting beat up by Dolph Ziggler. Randy Orton, he gets tagged in eventually. Del Rio gets tagged in also. Del Rio, he gets beat up by Randy Orton. Ziggler, he gets it too. Randy Orton, he does hit a power slam that I didn't really see coming because most of the power slams are, you see him come, he sends the guy to the rope. This one, he just hits the power slam and it looked pretty decent. Del Rio, he's about to eat a suspended DDT, and then he counters it into a side kick on Randy Orton. Kofi Kingston blind taps himself in. He springboard cross bodies onto Del Rio. He's about to hit the Trouble in Paradise, and I knew he wasn't going to hit it because here's a little tip for you guys if you don't know about wrestling. If Kofi Kingston is about to hit Trouble in Paradise and he starts clapping and the opponent isn't a jobber, he's not going to hit it. So Kofi Kingston gets distracted by Ricardo Rodriguez. Del Rio hits him with a step rope enziguri in the corner, and Kofi Kingston eats the pin because, of course, Alberto Del Rio can't get one moral victory over Randy Orton. It's just like unbelievable. That would make too much sense for the heel to get some kind of heel heat. And then you get the next segment, Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero. They point out the bullet points from the AJ Lee and John Cena scandal. They go over like the last week and the week before that, all the videos and like the photos. And I love how Dolph Ziggler, he pointed out that John Cena is a dork for wearing his WWE wrestling gear to a fancy restaurant. Sir, may I take your pink cancer hat? It's weird stuff like that. They bring out AJ Lee and they ask her to confess to being with John Cena or whatever, and she's just playing around saying no. They release some voicemails or whatever. John Cena comes out because Dolph Ziggler apparently he not insulted AJ Lee, and John Cena is mad about it because why? If he's not having a anything to do with AJ Lee, it shouldn't really concern him or whatever. But he comes out, AJ Lee slaps Dolph Ziggler. John Cena punches Dolph Ziggler because he has to be over Dolph Ziggler, even though he doesn't have the talent of Dolph Ziggler, whatever. And then you get the next match, William Regal versus Big Show. Oh yeah, you didn't slip your head. You didn't slip on a banana peel and like get sent to a coma. You didn't like trip and fall and go into a DeLorean. You didn't build a time machine. That's right. In 2012, you get William Regal versus Big Show, and I like William Regal. He was like one of the better heels of an era, but now, and he's only 44. I thought he was like 60 or 50. Like the guy looks good for 44, but come on, well, this really a match that we need to see. I could see this as a build up to something later on, because William Regal, he was doing something like on the internet where he's saying like, I got the venom back in me. If he disappeared for a while and got some muscle back or whatever, built his body back up, I could see this match. But now it's just like feels so rushed and whatever. So Big Show wins with a choke slam. I mean, how else would you think? You think William Regal was going to win this match? You got serious mental problems. And as William Regal is about to get up after getting choke slam, and Big Show wins, by the way. Big Show, he's about to hit him with the knockout punch, but of course Sheamus comes out and becomes Captain Save a Regal. Yeah. Then you get the next match, Layla versus Caitlyn for the #1 Divas contendership or whatever. 1 minute and 30-second match. I'm not even kidding here. Layla gets hit with a scorpion death drop from Caitlyn. So Caitlyn has all the muscle and all the power, but she has one of the weaker finishing moves in the Divas division. Amazing. And the only way I'm going to be excited for Eve versus Caitlyn is if Caitlyn wins via torture rack. Anything less is uncivilized for Caitlyn to win by roll up or scorpion death drop. Then you get the King's return. Jerry the King Lawler, he made his triumphant return. Blah, blah, blah. I'm Jerry the King Lawler. I thank people for wishing me good luck. Heart attack, blah, 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 heart attack, blah. Thank God CM Punk came out and basically said what everybody else was thinking. You got all this support for just having a heart attack, but CM Punk has been the champion for like a year, and WWE really doesn't even acknowledge the fact that the guy has held the belt for that long. The funny part was when Paul Heyman faked a heart attack and CM Punk was reviving him or whatever. Mick Foley comes out for some reason, and CM Punk, he makes light of this. Like, why are you out here? We don't even have a match together. We have nothing in common. Mick Foley tells him that he's looking for a new member, and like the fans are gonna pick it. And then he tells CM Punk that he's gonna be a special guest enforcer for the match tonight between him and John Cena. Why? Just why, man? Then you get the next match, Tyson Kidd, Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, Justin Gabriel versus primetime players Epico and Primo. You get Ricardo Rodriguez making his second appearance of the night. He gives a note to Rosa Mendez. So I guess apparently it's going to be like some kind of Rosa and Del Rio reunion. Not reunion, but alliance coming up sometime soon. Because the thing with her, Epico and Primo, is kind of getting stale and old. The majority of this match was Ray getting beat up by the 4 members of the primetime players and Epico and Primo. He tags in Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd goes to work on Darren Young. For the most part, Darren Young, he does gain control. He tries to hit Kidd with a double knee gut buster. Kidd counters it into a Hurricanrana into the ropes, which means a 619. And then to a 450 splash from Justin Gabriel. It's so set up, but still, primetime players put it. I think Titus Young, he made the most impact in this match, and Tyson Kidd. So I guess it wasn't a total waste. Then you get a promo between Miz, Ziggler, and Foley, where Ziggler is asking Miz to be a part of Team Ziggler, which doesn't make a lot of sense because they already have a full team. So him being a part, it just didn't make a lot of sense. Then you get Foley coming by, making fun of Dolph Ziggler, and then Miz, him asking to be a part of Team Foley, and then I guess it's a ballot on for later on tonight. And the choices, Oh my God, these choices, man. To be on Team Foley, it was between the Miz, Santino, and Zack Ryder. Now I like Zack Ryder. Santino, sometimes, but Zack Ryder. If this was a real vote, if the vote really counted, Zack Ryder probably would have won this because he has the most fan support. Even when he's not on the show, you always see like a Ryder or Riot sign or something like that. So Ryder, he probably won this via Twitter, but Miz won. I like Miz, and now Miz has a face turn. I don't know how this is gonna go, but whatever. Then you get the next match, Tensai versus R-Truth, and yeah, you got Cesaro on commentary, and boy, this guy, he's getting better. It's not as boring as it used to be when him on near a mic. I guess that's one good thing about this. R-Truth beats Tensai with Little Jimmy, but like a couple months ago, he couldn't barely get any offense against Tensai. Uh, the crowd, R2, he has the crowd participate in a knock joke. Knock, who's there? You all up in my face, and at the pay-per-view, I want to take the title from you and knock your teeth down your throat. Whoop-de-doo. And then you get Brad Maddox. Oh yeah, before that, Brad Maddox, he got sent off. Not he was talking to Paul Heyman, and I thought it was gonna be something like where CM Punk helps Brad Maddox get a championship, but that never came to present itself or whatever. Maddox comes out to no music, which makes sense because he's not on the roster or whatever. And then the thing that really got me like confused, Maddox comes out and an ambulance like backs up also. Like it's like, really? Are you really selling that much that RYBACK might hurt this guy? Then EMTs come out, RYBACK comes out, and yeah, RYBACK dominates the guy, even though Brad Maddox, I'm gonna leave a link to this in the description. Brad Maddox can wrestle. He has more wrestling moves and more wrestling personality than RYBACK. So I don't know where they're going with this because RYBACK, he destroys Brad Maddox in like a couple minutes or so. He wins the match. So if they brought Brad Maddox up from NXT or FCW just to get buried in one match from RYBACK, they could have just left him in NXT and worked him up because it's they buried a guy with talent and charisma. And besides that last week thing he did, the guy has pretty decent mic skills. I don't know if it what got to him, but still, all this for RYBACK, they got to be kidding themselves. And then you get the next match, Otunga versus Sheamus, with Regal watching on the monitor. But why was Michael McGillicuddy and Asana watching on the monitor? Like, for what reason? So, Sheamus wins, of course, with the bro kick. Yeah. And then he cuts a promo talking about he's going to bro kick Big Show and take his title back. Then you cut to the monitor, well, the big monitor, whatever, where Regal is getting beat up by Big Show, and Big Show says, "No, you're not. I'm going to meet you." And he knocks out William Regal. Then you get Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan completely steals the show tonight. He didn't wrestle one time or whatever. I think he got involved, but still. Kane is walking to the ring and whatever, backstage. Daniel Bryan stops him. He goes into full, I don't know if you guys used to watch Will and Grace. He goes into full Jack mode about Kane teaming up with somebody else. It was so funny or whatever. He's like, well, if Mick Foley would have asked me to team up with somebody, I would have told him no. It's like the Daniel Bryan character is so over. Like I keep saying this. This tag team could be here for years until Kane decided to retire, and then they could put like a heavyweight championship or the WWE title on Daniel Bryan, and it would be so cool. But I doubt. I don't know. I just hope they don't try to bury this Daniel Bryan character too much. And then you get the Rhodes Scholars versus Kane and the mystery partner, and we all knew it was going to be Miz. So they come out, and then Daniel Bryan comes out behind them, and he gets the biggest pop of the night, even more than John Cena or CM Punk. But yet Vince McMahon, his old ways, and Triple H's obsession with bodybuilders They can't see that this guy is drawing money for the whole company, and he's super over. He's more over than Triple H, The Rock, and Stone. Well, I would put his overness up there with Stone Cold and The Rock. The guy is, for right now, mad popular. You can't even deny that. No matter if you're a Cena fan, any kind of wrestling fan, if you say Daniel Bryan isn't over, you're kidding yourself. Daniel Bryan deserves a title shot before John Cena or Ryback. Ryback, he gets to feed me more chance or whatever, but they're just like, yeah, they're here and there or whatever. Like, and then he has to get him started with the elbow. Daniel Bryan, his music hits, he's already over. It's already like the crowd. They already blew up. They just bust a nut in their pants. That's all I gotta say about that. So it's a standard tag team match. The thing was, Miz, he got a huge face reaction. He said, "This is," and the crowd said, "Awesome."